You are tuned into the new home for IE Sportsnet every Saturday morning at 8 a.m. with Coach B.
And Eternal. When it comes to Inland Empire sports, the conversation starts and stops here.
On Fox Sports Radio, 1350 a.m. IE Sportsnet every Saturday morning, 8 a.m.
Where the pros talk sports in Riverside and San Bernardino. Fox Sports 1350. KTDD San Bernardino. An iHeartRadio station.
Oh, yes. We are live. It is IE Sportsnet. IE Sportsnet right here live on Fox Sports Radio, 1350 a.m. Yes, this is Eternal.
And Coach B, when it comes to Inland Empire sports, you know the conversation starts and stops here.
My man, hey man, look, it is a great Saturday morning. We are right here live in the iHeart Radio studios. Beautiful city of Riverside. Coach B, how you feeling, man?
I'm feeling good, man. It's a good day. You know, any day that you wake up's a good day. I had some challenges this morning. You know, typically we have, we get the pre-show questions to all our guests and whatnot. When I realized I was out of ink this morning, I left the house. I was halfway to the station. I realized I forgot my headphones at the house. You know, it was just one of those days.
Hey, man, check it out. You know, the main thing is we're here. We have a jam-packed show. We're going to be talking about some great things that are going to be happening this week. I was out yesterday with the high school kids getting my prep on. You know what, man? You can smell the grass. It's football season.
Best time of the year.
Oh, man. Look, I was excited, man. It was just a great thing going on. We have a very special guest. We have special guests in plural, but oh, my goodness, do we have a special guest coming up for our IE Sportsnet audience.
Absolutely. We have Jenell Hendrix as the current Hooters Girl of the Year. That's an honorary title awarded to one Hooters girl who exemplifies, if I'm saying that right, hopefully I'm saying that right, Eternal.
Yeah, exactly. You got it.
The qualities of an ideal Hooters girl. She's calling in on the Boost Mobile Be Heard Celebrity Hotline.
Man, hey, look, check this out. So, Miss Hendrix, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning.
You know what, Miss Hendrix? Let me ask you this: Are you the daughter of the great Jimi Hendrix,
or at least related to?
I actually get that question a lot, and no, I am not the daughter of Jimi Hendrix. I'm actually the daughter of John Hendrix.
There you go. All right. Well, you know what, Miss Hendrix, I certainly appreciate you calling in so bright early this morning. Again, it's an honor to have you on the show. Just real quick, again, because since you are the honorary Hooters Girl of the Year, talk to us a bit about the honor received this year as the Hooters Girl of the Year.
Okay, well, first and foremost, I've been working for Hooters for 7 years.
Oh, wow.
It is definitely a place of great opportunity, and a lot of things come from it. And one of the things is throughout Hooters, they always encourage the girls to, move up and move forward in the company if that's what they choose.
Nice.
Starting at Hooters, I was just, started off as a Hooter girl. Then I was promoted to bartender, then to trainer, to area coach, where I'm in charge of, 10 stores in my region.
Nice.
With training. And then I've also become an alley manager. And along with that, I, participated in the pageants and the calendars because they also get modeling opportunities.
Right.
And basically, with the award, I, exemplify all those things because I dabbled and dabbled in every aspect of Hooter.
Nice.
To make me a well-rounded Hooters girl.
Well, you know what? Congratulations on that. I mean, that is something. Obviously, Coach B, I didn't know that at all. So that's something. That is actually quite an honor. And again, you should be applauded for that. Now, how was it determined that you would be the Hooters Girl of the Year? What were the judges actually looking for?
Okay, well, actually, it's basically start store level. Every quarter, the manager is to choose pretty much their best Hooter girl in the store that personifies the Hooter girl of the year. She's perfect image, shows up to work on time. She definitely is good with the training materials. Nice, friendly, all these aspects of a Hooter girl. And I was chosen from my store.
Nice.
And then from the store level, you go to regional. So basically, depending on how many stores are in that region, you're basically going up against those girls.
Nice.
And the regional would choose his girl that he wants to choose from that region.
And that's
and then from the region, it goes to division, and then the divisional has to choose a girl from all the regions, and then it goes to corporate where they choose a girl. And then basically you will be basically the Hooter girl of that quarter. So then after the 4 quarters, which is pretty much in December, you will go against those girls that won from the first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, and fourth quarter. And we'll do a photo shoot, and then we'll do interviews in front of our CEO and other bosses in the headquarters down in Atlanta.
That's good stuff. And you're listening to IE Sportsnet. Jenell Hendrix is the current Hooters Girl of the Year. She's calling in on the Boost Mobile Be Heard Celebrity Hotline. Now, this is one thing I want to talk about you and talk to you about. I know a lot of people, they see you're the Girl of the Year, they see the pageant, they see all that. But one thing, I want to give our listeners a little bit of background about you. People may not think about this when they think of Hooters Girls. You're a scholar, but you have a bachelor's degree in communication. What does that mean to you to be beautiful and educated?
It means a lot. Like, everybody has to understand, like, you know, when you look at somebody, it's like, oh my gosh, she's beautiful, but like, I go into the aspect, like, I want people to know me, the person behind my look. Having an education is very good. You have to learn how to talk to people. And if you don't know how to, have an education, sometimes people don't know how to talk to people. Going to school is good for networking and just learning more beyond, the surface.
Well, you know what? We certainly appreciate you being on the show this morning. I tell you what, Coach B, I mean, because when I saw your picture, I was very enthusiastic about having you on the show. And again, then we got to, again, and we certainly appreciate you calling in so bright and early. Coach B, I mean, I know it's a great thing, right?
Absolutely. I know we're pressed on time, but we want to thank Jenell Hendrix, the current Hooters Girl of the Year, for calling in. Follow her on Twitter at Jenell. That's JENELL_H. Make sure you follow her and see all the great things that she's doing out there in the community. So once again, Jenell, we thank you for calling in and giving us time. I know it's early for you, it's early for us, so we certainly appreciate it.
Oh, thank you for having me. Like, it's an honor, so I really appreciate it.
Fantastic. Well, congratulations, and again, keep up the good work.
All right, thank you.
Thank you so much. Now, we're going to go ahead and take a commercial break. We'll be right back after this. You're listening to IE Sports Net with Coach B.
Andy Turner. When it comes to Inland Empire sports, the conversation starts and stops here.
On Fox Sports Radio, 1350 AM.
You're listening to IESportsNet.com, the Inland Empire Sports Authority.
Fans, when it comes to high school sports, nobody covers the Inland Empire like the Inland Valley Daily Bulletin and San Bernardino Sun. In print, online, on your smartphone and tablet, they've got you covered with complete scores and highlights, photos, videos, and expert commentary. Go online now and check out their all-area preseason football picks. And look for their annual Prep Extra magazines previewing the entire upcoming season on August 26th. It's all part of the unbeatable coverage you'll find in the Sun and Daily Bulletin, where local prep legends come to life.
Attention, structured settlement recipients. Are you receiving future payments from a settled lawsuit? Do you receive annuity payments spread out over a long period of time? If you are receiving a structured settlement and want a lump sum payment, call CBC Settlement Funding now. If you qualify, you could be eligible for an immediate $1,000 fast-track advance. Get cash today to pay off credit card debt, buy a car, start a business, or make home improvements. Stop waiting for your money. Receive all or just a portion of your settlement today. Structured settlements are designed to spread out payments over 10 or 20 years. If you are receiving a structured settlement paid out over time, call to receive your personalized options and be sure to ask about a $1,000 fast-track advance. Get the money you deserve today.
Call CBC Settlement Funding now to discuss your free no-obligation quote at 1-800-648-4504, 1-800-648-4504. Again, that's 1-800-648-4504.
Did you know home appliance and major system breakdowns cost homeowners an average of $1,700 per year in repairs and replacements?
American Residential Warranty can help cover those costs with home service plans starting at less than $1 a day.
Plan options include coverage for central air, heat, and ductwork,
interior electrical systems and plumbing,
major kitchen appliances,
water heaters,
washers and dryers,
garage door openers,
ceiling fans, and more.
Even pools and spas.
American Residential Warranty replaced my dishwasher with a brand new one, and I only paid a small service fee.
I woke up on a Saturday morning, there was no hot water in the shower. So I called American Residential Warranty. They sent a repairman to fix the problem the same day.
Call now. There's no obligation. But hurry, if you wait until you need a home service repair,
it'll be too late.
Call now to get your home warranty. 1-800-969-0885. That's 1-800-969-0885.
Attention. The FDA has associated Depakote and Paxil with serious birth defects. If you took one of these drugs while pregnant and your child was born with a birth defect, the manufacturer may be to blame. If you took Depakote or Paxil and your child was born with anal atresia, cleft palate, clubfoot, cranial defects, heart defects, gastroschisis, omphalocele, PPHN, spina bifida, or other limb defect, call the Rely On Group. You and your child may be entitled to a significant cash award.
Call the Rely On Group right now and you'll be connected to an experienced attorney who will evaluate your case and determine if you may qualify for financial compensation. There is no risk on your part and you don't owe a penny unless we are successful.
If you took Depakote or Paxil while pregnant and your child was born with a birth defect,
call the Rely On Group at 800-219-6552. That's 800-219-6552. Attention patients who've been implanted with an IVC filter. If you or a loved one received an inferior vena cava filter and are now suffering complications, call the Rely On Group right now. You may be eligible for financial compensation. IVC filters are implanted into the inferior vena cava vein to prevent blood clots from traveling into the lungs, causing pulmonary embolisms. Unfortunately, these filters can fracture, move throughout the body, pierce blood vessels and organs, tilt, or become irretrievable. These failures can result in a number of serious injuries, including internal bleeding, organ damage, infection, and even death. If you were implanted with an IVC filter and were injured, you may be owed compensation from the manufacturer.
Call the Rely On Group right now. You may be entitled to financial compensation for your pain and suffering.
If you or a loved one has been implanted with an IVC filter and the device failed, call the Rely On Group at 800-219-2913. That's 800-219-2913.
What's up? This is TJ Ward from the Denver Broncos. You're now tuning to IE Sports Net.
The Inland Empire Sports Authority.
Yes, we are back. It is IE Sportsnet, IE Sportsnet, right here live on Fox Sports Radio, 1350 AM. It is Eternal.
And the one and only Country B. You know, when it comes to Inland Empire Sports, the conversation stops right here. Starts and stops right here on Fox Sports Radio, 1350.
Yes, indeed. And you know, again, you know how we do it, man. Every Saturday morning, 8 o'clock, we're right here bright and early. We have some special guests today. Gentlemen, why don't you go ahead and do the courtesy, do our audience the courtesy of introducing yourselves, letting them know who we have here.
Christian Everett.
Senior Jeremiah Lord. And Junior Brandon Porter.
All right, man. And we have Coach.
Coach Kistner. How you doing?
And Coach Kistner came in here fired up, man. As a coach always does. You know, Coach.
He was going to make me run some laps.
He was like, hey, man. Hey, what are you guys doing in there slacking?
Right?
Give me 15 right now.
And this is Oaks Hill High School.
Oak Hill High School, man. And they made the trip, man. Coach, how far is that track, man, from where you guys came from, roughly?
Well, this early in the morning, it's a nicer commute. So it's probably about a 35-minute commute.
Fantastic. And again, you guys got a chance to hang out with us a bit for the IE Classic 7-on-7.
Yeah.
IE Sportsnet 7-on-7.
Pardon me. You know, the IE Sports. What am I doing, man?
Exactly,
the
right?
Coffee ain't kicked in yet, brother. But so tell us about, you guys are going to set it off here next week, actually, against Pomona. So, I mean, you know, no breaks off. You know what I mean? So everything's going to be real in the field going into it. So talk to us a little bit about the season.
Yeah, we're really, I guess, kind of amped up our preseason. Pomona's a very, very fine program. They won the CIF last year. You know, we're going to have to take them on at our place at the beginning of the year.
Right.
And then the next week we got to go down to Mission Viejo and play Mission Viejo. Then we play Los Osos, Etowanda, and then San G, and that was a barn burner last year. I tell you, those guys can put it together there. So, and then we open up league with Serrano High School. And so we're not dodging anybody on our schedule.
I see that. No, you guys are going to see what kind of team you're made of early.
Real early.
I
but
like
you
that.
know what? I tell you what, these young men been really working hard. And we had our scrimmage last night, and I thought we did really well. And we just got to keep up the pace and try to get better every week.
I heard that.
Absolutely, Coach. And one thing that I want to ask you, now, the Inland Empire gets a bad shake when it comes to football. Now, I see when we look at your schedule to take on Mission Viejo, Pomona, Los Osos, San G, Etiwanda, is it because you're in the high desert, do you feel to get the respect you deserve, you have to play that tough schedule? Because you guys are the big dogs up in the high desert now.
Well, you know what? We kind of started the philosophy. When we started Oak Hills, hey, anybody, any place, anytime. And, you know, we started, you know, having success. And there's other people that, you know, we have a hard time finding games. And so when those big guys call and say, well, you want to play? And on my screensaver, anybody, any place, anytime.
Right.
You got to either shut up or step up. And
exactly.
So we decided to step up.
You know, it's funny you say that, Coach, because there's a lot of, and I know as a coach you know this, because, you know, and this is a lot of stuff like our audience may not be aware of the back end stuff that happens in terms of taking on those games. So, I mean, and obviously you guys are like, hey, you know what, let's play. Talk to us a bit about how that process goes in terms of taking those games and what kind of goes into that, because just as you said, you know, a lot of coaches may not want to play those teams.
Well, you know what? I mean, the process is, you know, those are easy games to find because not a lot of people want to play them.
Right.
Our kind of outlook on it is, hey, if we want to be the best, we got to play the best, you know. Right. And if these guys want to get 4-year schools looking at them, you know, hey, we go play those guys and we make some noise. They're gonna make a name for themselves.
Exactly.
And maybe help them get recruited.
Exactly.
So you know, that's kind of our philosophy behind that as a program. You know, but we just got to prove that, you know, we belong in that schedule. And so, you know, we got to make some noise. So that's going to be you know, that's going to be a challenge.
I like that, Coach.
And once again, you're listening to IE Sports Net on Fox Sports Radio at 1350 AM. Now, what we want to do is let's get something in with the players. We have Christian, we have Jeremiah, we have Brandon. I'm not even going to try the last name.
I'm about to say, man, you know, we're going to keep it easy. You know, those guys are looking at you tough, man. They mess around and sock you in the chest.
Exactly,
so, you know,
right? And I'm allergic to butt kickings. So I want to ask you guys, going into this season, you guys had a really, really good year last year. I think that was the first time you guys beat Serrano last year, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so I know the expectations are amped up, but you guys up in the high desert. What are you guys' thoughts on this season? What's a game that you guys are looking forward to, or something you guys are looking to accomplish this year?
We're looking to just anyone who comes in front of us. I mean, we're not going to back down to no one. And there's one thing other teams can't take from us is our heart and our dedication to the game and our motivation. And that was Christian Neverett. Yes. So I got the last name right. I tried. What position are you, Christian? Running back. And what position are you, Jeremiah? Wide receiver, and Brandon. Quarterback.
So, QB. He's
So that's why he's the cool and calm.
That's why he's kind of sitting back with his arms folded like, yeah, you know, I'll let these guys do it.
The question comes to me.
Exactly. Now, I got a quarterback question. And so now, you know, in high school, on varsity, I think I got all of 30 seconds. You know what I mean? My whole varsity, you know, in the whole varsity run, I got about a good 30 seconds on the field. So you can see how legit I was. But as a quarterback, you throw 5 touchdowns. How are you coming back to school on Monday, man? I mean, are people carrying you in there? Or are you just going to be the humble guy and you ready to set it off for the next week?
I'm definitely going to be the humble guy ready to set it off for next week. Looking for just being a guy character. Not being one of those guys that's selfish and saying they're the greatest.
I hear you. That's
I like
good
that.
stuff.
I like that. See, and Coach got him coached up, ready to go.
Yeah, exactly. You see, Coach got him ready. So Coach, let's ask you this: for this season, and we saw you, like we said, we saw you at the 7-on-7. What do you think this season's going to be for you guys? I mean, you raised the bar super high last year, knocking off Serrano, and now you guys are the big fish up there, and now you're coming down and playing this tough schedule. What are your expectations for this season? Are we going 40-0 this year? Or, you know?
I don't know about that. You know, our expectations is just to play, you know, play as well as we can. You know, play up to our potential, and we'll let everything else, you know, fall as it may. But we just want to, you know, make sure that we're not the ones killing ourselves.
Yes, sir.
We play to our potential, and you know, we're getting better every week. You know, and really that's all we can ask. You know, at that point.
And I have a question for this, Coach. You made a good point, shooting yourself in the foot. And once again, we have Oak Hills football coach Kistner on IE Sportsnet, Fox Sports Radio.
High Desert in the house.
Exactly, Coach. I want to ask you. This is a very topical question. I know it's not high school related, but you said shooting yourself in the foot. What is your thought about these NFL preseasons and these fights that are almost gotten to the fans and whatnot? I know we don't see that at the high school level. We don't see it at the college level. What is your thought about that on the NFL level?
Well, they're going to fine them.
They just take the money from them, right?
Take the money.
Yeah.
You know what? I mean, that preseason, I know there's guys, they're trying to make the league. They're trying to get their livelihood,
right?
Going. But you also you got to have some class. You got to act a certain way. I think whenever we tell our kids, whenever you go out to the classroom, if you act the fool. You're representing the whole football program, not just yourself.
Right.
And so, they're doing the same thing to their organization. You don't want to act a fool and give yourself a bad name.
I heard that, Coach. Well,
so you don't want to look like Des Bryant.
You know what? Keep on, man. He's going to say that, man. Des. That's my receiver right there.
Yeah, I hear you. Eternal is a Cowboys fan, so he's always going to.
I thought everybody was. I didn't know.
No. My pro team is USC.
I never got the email. You know what I mean? But you know what, Coach? Again, Coach, we appreciate you guys making the trip out. Best of luck to you guys this season. You guys are going to be setting it off early, man. So you guys are going to find out a lot about the football team early. So that's a good thing, man. Again, we appreciate the players coming out. It's been our pleasure.
Once again, we had Coach Kistner, head coach of Oak Hills High School, Christian Neverett. We had Jeremiah Lockett. Lorick. I'm sorry. Coach got to scare me. We had Brandon Potter here on IE Sportsnet. You're listening. Porter. I got Porter. Did I say Potter? Porter.
Yeah, that's
Porter. I know, right? Yeah. Go ahead. I know. Do some laps, right? Coach is looking at me like it's time to do some laps.
Drop down and give me 50.
So I do the honor, Coach. Announce everyone's name correctly.
Okay. Hey, with this morning, I have Christian Neverett, Jeremiah Lorick, and Brandon Porter.
There he is.
Porter. I wrote Potter, so I'm sorry, Coach. I certainly apologize.
Porter's the guy with the little wand.
Right. So you listen to IE Sportsnet with Coach B.
And Eternal, when it comes to Inland Empire sports, the conversation starts. It stops here.
On Fox Sports Radio, 1350 AM.
Warning. If you've been prescribed blood-thinning medication, please pay attention. The popular blood-thinning drugs Pradaxa and Xarelto have been linked to serious internal bleeding. If you or a loved one took Pradaxa or Xarelto and were hospitalized for internal bleeding, gastrointestinal bleeding, or brain hemorrhaging, or your loved one died, the manufacturers may be to blame. Call the Rely On Group right now to be connected with an experienced attorney for a free consultation and to see if you may qualify for substantial compensation and medical expenses. There is no risk on your part, and you don't owe us a penny unless we're successful.
If you or a loved one took one of these drugs and were injured, call the Rely On Group right now.
Do not delay. There are time deadlines to file a claim. If you or a loved one suffered internal bleeding after taking Pradaxa or Xarelto, call the Rely On Group at 800-226-1565 for a free consultation. That's 800-226-1565.
Attention structured settlement recipients. Are you receiving future payments from a settled lawsuit? Do you receive annuity payments spread out over a long period of time? If you are receiving a structured settlement and want a lump sum payment, call CBC Settlement Funding now. If you qualify, you could be eligible for an immediate $1,000 fast-track advance. Get cash today to pay off credit card debt, buy a car, start a business, or make home improvements. Stop waiting for your money. Receive all or just a portion of your settlement today. Structured settlements are designed to spread out payments over 10 or 20 years. If you are receiving a structured settlement paid out over time, call to receive your personalized options and be sure to ask about a $1,000 fast-track advance. Get the money you deserve today.
Call CBC Settlement Funding now to discuss your free no-obligation quote at 1-800-648-4504, 1-800-648-4504. Again, that's 1-800-648-4504.
Did you know home appliance and major system breakdowns cost homeowners an average of $1,700 per year in repairs and replacements?
American Residential Warranty can help cover those costs with home service plans starting at less than $1 a day.
Plan options include coverage for central air, heat, and ductwork.
Interior electrical systems and plumbing.
Major kitchen appliances.
Water heaters.
Washers and dryers.
Garage door openers.
Ceiling fans and more.
Even pools and spas.
American Residential Warranty replaced my dishwasher with a brand new one, and I only paid a small service fee.
I woke up on a Saturday morning. There was no hot water in the shower. So I called American Residential Warranty. They sent a repairman to fix the problem the same day.
Call now. There's no obligation. But hurry, if you wait until you need a home service repair,
it'll be too late.
Call now to get your home warranty. 1-800-969-0885. That's 1-800-969-0885.
Attention! The FDA has associated Depakote and Paxil with serious birth defects. If you took one of these drugs while pregnant and your child was born with a birth defect, the manufacturer may be to blame. If you took Depakote or Paxil and your child was born with anal atresia, cleft palate, clubfoot, cranial defects, heart defects, gastroschisis, omphalocele, PPHN, spina bifida, or other limb defect, call the Rely On Group. You and your child may be entitled to a significant cash award.
Call the Rely On Group right now and you'll be connected to an experienced attorney who will evaluate your case and determine if you may qualify for financial compensation. There is no risk on your part and you don't owe a penny unless we are successful.
If you took Depakote or Paxil while pregnant and your child was born with a birth defect,
call the Rely On Group at 800-219-6552. That's 800-219-6552. Attention patients who've been implanted with an IVC filter. If you or a loved one received an inferior vena cava filter and are now suffering complications, call the Rely On Group right now. You may be eligible for financial compensation. IVC filters are implanted into the inferior vena cava vein to prevent blood clots from traveling into the lungs, causing pulmonary embolisms. Unfortunately, these filters can fracture, move throughout the body, pierce blood vessels and organs, tilt, or become irretrievable. These failures can result in a number of serious injuries, including internal bleeding, organ damage, infection, and even death. If you were implanted with an IVC filter and were injured, you may be owed compensation from the manufacturer.
Call the Rely On Group right now. You may be entitled to financial compensation for your pain and suffering.
If you or a loved one has been implanted with an IVC filter and the device failed, call the Rely On Group at 800-219-2913. That's 800-219-2913.
Yo, what up? This is Sendog from Cypress Hill. You're listening to me on IE Sportsnet all day long, all day strong, you heard?
Yes, we are live. It is IE Sportsnet, IESportsnet.com, right here live on Fox Sports Radio, 1350 AM. This is Eternal.
And Coach B, when it comes to Inland Empire Sports, you know the conversation starts and stops here.
Yes, indeed, man. It's a bright Saturday morning right here live on Fox Sports Radio. We have a very special guest, man. And you know, it's Lakers. Even though it's football season.
Yep.
You know, it's all about that purple and gold. So hook the intro up, Coach B, because I know we got a real special guest, man.
Absolutely. And this is his second year. He called us in last year. So we had Corey Hansford, who is a senior writer at Lakers Nation. He's calling in on the Boost Mobile Be Heard Celebrity Hotline. Corey, are you there?
I am there and up early for you guys.
Hey, man, Corey, we appreciate you calling in, brother. Man, it's a pleasure having you on the show. Man, we're going to hop right into it, man. Now, last season, we said the Lakers would get between 30 and 35 wins. It's been a tough few years for them, man. What are your thoughts about the upcoming season? And can we do better than the 21-16 mark?
61, 21-61.
61, pardon me.
Worst record in Lakers history.
I wish it was 16. Sorry about that, man.
That'd have been a winning record.
Wishful thinking.
I wish we were above 500 like that last year. No, I don't think there's any doubt that the Lakers can improve on 21 wins from last season. When you look at the additions, guys like Roy Hibbert, Lou Williams, Brandon Bass, those are vets who just have a higher ceiling.
Right.
Than the Jeremy Lins, than the Carlos Boozers, than the Wesley Johnsons. Those are better players. And you take that, you add in another season for Jordan Clarkson, who looked great in the summer, and see all of the work he's putting in, and you add in a Julius Randle and a D'Angelo Russell, who are going to get better as the season goes on. There's probably going to be some struggles. and then hopefully the health of Kobe Bryant. You put all these things together, that's worth more than the 21 wins that they got last year. That's, to me, I believe they can get into the 30 to 35 win range.
Right.
And with some good fortune, maybe a little bit better chemistry, maybe some guys outplay what we think they're capable of, maybe they can start creeping up to the 500 range.
Absolutely. And, you know, one thing we want to do, once again, we have Corey Hansford. Am I saying that name right? Hansford. Hansford. I'm terrible with names. Hansford. Hansford, senior writer at LakersNation.com, is calling in on the Boost Mobile Be Her Celebrity Hotline. Now, over the last 2 seasons, Kobe has suffered season-ending injuries. He's not getting any younger. He's 36 years old, and it will turn, actually tomorrow he turns 37.
Yeah, exactly. He's a Leo.
Yeah, he turns 37 on August 23rd. Can he make it through an entire season?
If by make it through mean playing 82 games, I don't think he's playing 82 games.
Right, yeah, me neither.
I think the Lakers will try to get him. Can he do 60, 65?
Right.
Absolutely. I think he can do about 60 to 65. He'll take some rest on back-to-backs, and, you know, the NBA has you know, gotten rid of a lot of the back-to-backs and gotten rid of the 4 games in 5 nights and those really, really tough, you know, back-to-back stretches this year. So I think it helps someone like Kobe. But as far as just flat out playing 82, I don't think he's going to play 82. But 60 to 65, I think he should be able to do that.
That's good. Now it's time for our question from social media. If you want to ask a question, do hashtag #IESportsNet.
And our question right now is, in your opinion, who is the greatest Laker of all time? Now you have Kobe, Magic, or Jerry West.
And that's tough.
That's why we gave you a drum roll.
Well, what's funny is that you can sit here and say who's the greatest Laker of all time, and you're leaving off Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who's, you know, arguably top 5 player of all time. You're leaving off Elgin Baylor.
I'm about to say Elgin, yeah.
Top 15 player of all time. It's tough. It's hard for me to go against Kobe because that's who I grew up watching.
Right.
That's my Laker generation. But when you think of Magic and all that he meant, not only to the Lakers, but to the NBA, and bringing them and just really getting the NBA into the mainstream, into that popularity.
Right.
And the Lakers made 9 finals in 11 years.
Yeah, true.
You have to think we're happy if you make a top 2 finals in 6-7 years. I mean, that's a great stretch. They made 9 out of 11.
Right.
And Magic just transcended the game. I'd have to say it's Magic, and Magic would probably say it's Kobe.
Yeah.
And with the longevity and all of the accolades, Kobe would. You can't be crazy for saying it's Kobe.
Yeah.
But for what he did, I just have to lean towards Magic.
You have to say Magic, tight shorts and all. Tight shorts, long socks and all. Magic, Buck Johnson. I mean, that boy, let me tell you something. I grew up watching Magic, you know, and the thing I say about Magic when you're watching them, you always thought the Lakers were going to win.
Right.
You know what I mean? You just always thought, no matter, I mean, they could be down 10 points with 4 seconds left. You just thought Magic was going to throw some half-court shot.
That sky hook in Boston.
Yeah, I mean, this dude was just the real, I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, Magic personifies Laker basketball to me, so. Again, we tell you what, man, appreciate you calling in. We're looking forward to the season. We're going to be out there, man, October 8th when they make the trip out to the Inland Empire. Really excited about that. We'll be right there live. I'm so excited to see the youngster come out there, man, play that point guard position, man. We're really excited about that. So
definitely. He's got some flashy passes in him too.
Yeah, indeed. So we're excited. We're excited to see him. So
absolutely. And we had once again Corey Hansford, senior writer at LakersNation.com on the Boost Mobile Be Her Celebrity Hotline. We're going to have to make this an annual thing. He called in last year. We'll make it an annual thing. Follow him on Twitter at that's THEE, Corey H. And make sure you get the information about the Lakers and get all that going. So we appreciate you calling in.
Absolutely. I appreciate you guys having me.
All right, you have a great one. Once again, he was calling on the Boost Mobile Be Heard Celebrity Hotline. Do you know that data knows you post selfies like they're going out of style? Lucky for you, for just $35, you can get an unlimited talk and text and more data than ever. Come to Boost Mobile, come to data, visit your nearest Boost Mobile store or boostmobile.com for details. So you ready to go to commercial?
Hey, man, let's get it done, man. Again, man, appreciate Boost Mobile, man. They've been extremely gracious to us. And big shout out to Soul Republic.
Absolutely.
We're rocking the brand new headphones, man. These dudes, I mean, these headphones are like sleek. I feel like I am, I may have like a hovering skateboard or some hovering shoes or something like that, G. I mean, these headphones are the real deal.
Absolutely. So you're listening to IE Sports Net with Coach B.
And Eternal. When it comes to Inland Empire sports, the conversation starts and stops here.
On Fox Sports Radio, 1350 AM.
This is Ryan Kelly with the LA Lakers. And this is IE Sports Net.
Fans, when it comes to high school sports, nobody covers the Inland Empire like the Inland Valley Daily Bulletin and San Bernardino Sun. In print, online, on your smartphone and tablet, they've got you covered with complete scores and highlights, photos, videos, and expert commentary. Go online now and check out their all-area preseason football picks. And look for their annual Prep Extra magazines previewing the entire upcoming season on August 26th. It's all part of the unbeatable coverage you'll find in the Sun and Daily Bulletin, where local prep legends come to life.
Did you know home appliance and major system breakdowns cost homeowners an average of $1,700 per year in repairs and replacements?
American Residential Warranty can help cover those costs with home service plans starting at less than $1 a day.
Plan options include coverage for central air, heat, and ductwork,
interior electrical systems and plumbing,
major kitchen appliances,
water heaters,
washers and dryers,
garage door openers,
ceiling fans, and more.
Even pools and spas.
American Residential Warranty replaced my dishwasher with a brand new one, and I only paid a small service fee.
I woke up on a Saturday morning, there was no hot water in the shower. So I called American Residential Warranty. They sent a repairman to fix the problem the same day.
Call now. There's no obligation. But hurry, if you wait until you need a home service repair,
it'll be too late.
Call now to get your home warranty. 1-800-969-0885. That's 1-800-969-0885.
Attention patients who've been implanted with an IVC filter. If you or a loved one received an inferior vena cava filter and are now suffering complications, call the Reliant Group right now. You may be eligible for financial compensation. IVC filters are implanted into the inferior vena cava vein to prevent blood clots from traveling into the lungs, causing pulmonary embolisms. Unfortunately, these filters can fracture, move throughout the body, pierce blood vessels and organs, tilt, or become irretrievable. These failures can result in a number of serious injuries, including internal bleeding, organ damage, infection, and even death. If you were implanted with an IVC filter and were injured, you may be owed compensation from the manufacturer.
Call the Reliant Group right now. You may be entitled to financial compensation for your pain and suffering.
If you or a loved one has been implanted with an IVC filter and the device failed, call the Reliant Group at 800-219-2913. That's 800-219-2913.
Attention! The FDA has associated Depakote and Paxil with serious birth defects. If you took one of these drugs while pregnant and your child was born with a birth defect, the manufacturer may be to blame. If you took Depakote or Paxil and your child was born with anal atresia, cleft palate, clubfoot, cranial defects, heart defects, gastroschisis, omphalocele, PPHN, spina bifida, or other limb defect, call the Reliant Group. You and your child may be entitled to a significant cash award.
Call the Reliant Group right now and you'll be connected to an experienced attorney who will evaluate your case and determine if you may qualify for financial compensation. There is no risk on your part and you don't owe a penny unless we are successful.
If you took Depakote or Paxil while pregnant and your child was born with a birth defect,
call the Reliant Group at 800-219-6552. That's 800-219-6552. Warning: if you've been prescribed blood-thinning medication, please pay attention. The popular blood-thinning drugs Pradaxa and Xarelto have been linked to serious internal bleeding. If you or a loved one took Pradaxa or Xarelto and were hospitalized for internal bleeding, gastrointestinal bleeding, or brain hemorrhaging, or your loved one died, the manufacturers may be to blame. Call the Reliant Group right now to be connected with an experienced attorney for a free consultation. and to see if you may qualify for substantial compensation and medical expenses. There is no risk on your part, and you don't owe us a penny unless we're successful.
If you or a loved one took one of these drugs and were injured, call the Rely On Group right now.
Do not delay. There are time deadlines to file a claim. If you or a loved one suffered internal bleeding after taking Pradaxa or Xarelto, call the Rely On Group at 800-226-1565 for a free consultation. That's 800-226-1565.
Yo, what up? This is Sendog from Cypress Hill. You're listening to me on IE Sportsnet all day long, all day strong, you heard?
Yes, we are back. We are live. IE Sportsnet, IESportsnet.com. Right here live on Fox Sports Radio, 1350 AM. Wow, it is eternal.
And this is the one and only Coach B. You know, when it comes to Inland Empire sports, the conversation starts and stops right here.
Yes, sir. Indeed. Bright Saturday morning, man. You guys can catch us here every Saturday morning, 8 o'clock a.m. Pacific Standard Time. You know what's going down, man. Coach B, how you feeling, man? We got special guests in the house.
I'm feeling good, man. I'm excited. This is our second year with these wonderful guests that are coming in.
Indeed.
They're building something special. They really got the momentum going. I know last year was a great year for them, and we're talking about Ganesha football down in Pomona.
Indeed.
Some people don't call Pomona the IE, but it's still Inland Valley.
And last I checked,
yeah,
the area code is 909.
It's 909. So even though it's LA County, we're still going to claim it. So I'm excited because this is, like I said, this is their second year coming out. Ganesha football, we have Marion O'Brien, we have Jalen Dean, Coach Green, and Coach Cayer. We appreciate you guys coming in. So, Coach, we were talking off air. You guys got a pretty good season coming up. You got some big games against Pomona, against Gary. Give us a little thoughts about your season this year, and what could we look forward to this year with Ganesha football?
Well, last year we made some good steps forward. This year we've got some more athletes. Offensively, I think we're going to be a lot better. Last year we were kind of, okay with on the offensive side. The defense was great. My defensive coordinator, Coach Green, here had them set up. But this year we've got some better athletes. Marion and Jalen here are going to help us on both sides of the ball when we play those big teams like Pomona and Gary City rivalry in the CIF champs Pomona. So
yeah, I was just about to say, man. So you guys got CIF champs right there in the backyard. I mean, you can almost throw it. They're like a rock's throw away. What they call a stone's throw away. So maybe I can ask the players. I'm certain you guys know a lot of those kids you're gonna be playing with over there in Pomona. How does that work, man? How does that game? I mean, you see these guys in the street. How is it, man? How's the engagement been going so far?
It's just a lot of talking going on. We know that they're good, and we're just gonna have to go out there and play. But it's all in fun.
There it is.
You can see Coach Gary got him coached up. He's like, no bulletin board material this morning.
Right, exactly.
We don't need any hashtags.
Right,
exactly. Account on this one. We know they're good. They know they're good. They've got the hardware to prove it.
Exactly.
They got shiny rings, but we got a couple of guys with those too.
Exactly.
Absolutely. And let's ask you this. So, Coach Green, we had you on last season as well. This is your second year being the defensive coordinator. Now, we go back, and we talked about this last year on the show last year. Coach Green, as you know, they call me Coach B because I coached the Fontana Lancers. Now, Coach Green, let me ask you, you're an offensive genius, if you will, because my son, I say this because my son at the time, he coached my youngest, Brandon. He was scared to play football, didn't want to play football. By the end of the year, he had him as the quarterback out there balling. So I've seen him at work. So you had to change your thought process to go on the defensive side. What is your expertise? Do you prefer offense or do you prefer the defensive side? What are your thoughts?
I prefer both of them. I can do either one.
So you just like football?
I mean, knowing offense make you better on defense, and knowing defense make you better on offense.
Right. And Coach Cayer, I saw what you guys did last year, not to shortchange you at all. The one thing about a coach that shows a great coach, he knows how to bring in great assistants. Mm-hmm. So this year, I know you have an excellent staff. You got some great players. You got some momentum. What is it like in Pomona? Do you guys see the tide changing where now Ganesha is becoming a respected program that's building?
Well, I'll tell you, people actually know who we are now. They're coming out to watch us, and everyone's going, what's going on at Ganesha? Whereas before, it was just another scheduled spot. Before I got there and before Coach Green got there, it was just a spot in your program where you got ready for the next week.
Right.
You know, when we used to coach at Pomona High, and when we played Ganesha, we got ready for the next week's game.
Right.
And we knew this coming in, and it had to change. Now people are showing up to our scrimmages, checking it out, our 7-on-7, all those things where before it was like, why?
Why even go out there?
Yeah.
Exactly.
So we're hoping to turn the corner, try to get back to the playoffs.
Certainly.
And do the things that happened, a little while ago.
So let me address this to the players. As a player, man, you knowing this, you knowing right now that there's other schools out there that seemingly have the naming, their names in the lights. How is it as a player knowing that you have to step up and, in terms of now you got to put that name on your back and go out there and show these guys you guys are serious about football over there?
Yeah, it's just like we just got to be respected. We got a new field, new everything. We got new jersey stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys are ready to kick it off then?
Yeah.
And that was Jalen Dean that was giving us his thought process. So this season, I know you said you guys got some good games coming up, Pomona and Gary. What is your expectation for the year? What's going to be where you could sit back, coach? Because I know it's been the building process. At the end of the year, where do you want to be where you could say this was the year that we wanted?
Well, we talk about the process. I don't talk about wins and losses. I talk about getting better every week. If we're out there, we're competitive, we're competing, we're getting better, that's what our goal is.
Right.
The scoreboard will come if you do that. If you get better every play.
Right.
If you do that, all the results will be there.
Indeed.
But we're not looking at result, we're looking at process.
Right.
And I have no ounce, not a single ounce of athleticism.
Yeah.
But hearing Coach say that.
Yeah, I'm like, you know what? I'm fired up. I can go out there and play a little
Do
corner.
they have any spots left on the freshman team? I think I can play, Coach.
You know what? I might be able to find a spot. I might have a spot. But you know what? The paperwork, though, might be tough.
Hey, there you go. I'm about to say
I'll cut the beard off.
I was about to say
cut it off.
The grades might give it away.
Kids section over in the stands, so it might be a problem.
Yeah. Hey. So, real quick, players now. As a player, when you guys were getting ready this summer, and again, we'll keep it, we'll keep it PC or what have you. But when you guys were looking in the summer, did you guys have a game on the map? Did you guys, when the schedule came out, you guys go, let's go?
Gary.
Yeah.
They talk a lot.
They talk a lot. Yeah. So and how far is Gary from where you guys are?
Like 5-minute car ride. They're really close.
Oh, they're really close.
If you don't hit the signals, it might be about 3 minutes.
Wow.
Gary and Pomona, Pomona's 2 off ramps down to 10.
Yeah.
Gary's down White Avenue about 3 miles. You can't get away from them.
Wow.
And once again, we have Ganesha High School on IE Sports and on Fox Sports Radio 1350 AM.
That's a beautiful thing. Hey, anytime the kids they know immediately, hey, these guys. So those are league games. Gary's a league game. So you guys okay, that's good stuff. Okay, cool.
So it counts double.
Yeah, there it is.
Not just the rivalry, it counts.
Yeah, it counts. Exactly.
Well, do you guys, and I'll ask you this, do you guys, because there's 3 high schools in Pomona, do you guys have maybe because I remember Miami, Florida, and Florida State would do this, and they would have like a trophy, whoever came out with the best record. Do you guys have anything like that?
Well, there's a trophy between Gary and Ganesha.
Okay.
When Ganesha wins it, Gary loses it.
Interesting.
When Gary wins it, it ends up in their office. So right now it's sitting in their office because we didn't get them last year. My first year when we won, first time in 15 years we beat Gary.
Oh, wow.
It got lost.
Interesting.
And now, amazingly enough, it has reappeared like a ghost.
Interesting.
So let's see if you guys can make it reappear this year.
I may have to do a late night break-in or something.
Yeah. Hey, how about this? You call us up. That game happens. You call us up and we'll shake some trees.
Hey,
we'll shake some trees and see if we can find out what that thing. No. Hey, we got your back, coach. We got you because fair is fair. You know what I mean? Fair is fair. So if you guys win that trophy. Matter of fact, you guys heard it right here live on Fox Sports Radio 1350 AM. You guys win that game, we're going to shake some trees and find out what that trophy is.
All right.
Absolutely. So we want to thank you guys for coming in once again. And I kept saying Ganesha, so it's Ganesha. I keep saying Ganesha. I'm terrible.
There is an A.
There you go. And I thought it was silent.
Yeah, I know.
I thought it was a silent day. But once again, Ganesha High School, we had Coach Green, Coach Cayer coming in, Marion O'Brien, and Jalen Dean. We appreciate you guys coming in. So did I butcher your name? Okay, you were looking like, because the way he looked at me, I didn't want him,
I'm about to say, we don't want no hands.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm allergic to butt kickings, man. I don't get along with it.
Right.
So we appreciate you guys coming in. Once again, this is the second year they came into IE Sportsnet, so we appreciate it.
Exactly.
So we're going to go ahead and take a commercial break. You're listening to IE Sportsnet with Coach B.
And Eternal. When it comes to Inland Empire sports, the conversation starts and stops here.
On Fox Sports Radio, 1350 AM.
You're listening to IESportsNet.com, the Inland Empire Sports Authority.
Attention, structured settlement recipients. Are you receiving future payments from a settled lawsuit? Do you receive annuity payments spread out over a long period of time? If you are receiving a structured settlement and want a lump sum payment, call CBC Settlement Funding now. If you qualify, you could be eligible for an immediate $1,000 fast-track advance. Get cash today to pay off credit card debt, buy a car, start a business, or make home improvements. Stop waiting for your money. Receive all or just a portion of your settlement today. Structured settlements are designed to spread out payments over 10 or 20 years. If you are receiving a structured settlement paid out over time, call to receive your personalized options and be sure to ask about a $1,000 fast-track advance. Get the money you deserve today.
Call CBC Settlement Funding now to discuss your free no-obligation quote at 1-800-648-4504, 1-800-648-4504. Again, that's 1-800-648-4504.
Did you know home appliance and major system breakdowns cost homeowners an average of $1,700 per year in repairs and replacements?
American Residential Warranty can help cover those costs with home service plans starting at less than $1 a day.
Plan options include coverage for central air, heat, and ductwork,
interior electrical systems and plumbing,
major kitchen appliances,
water heaters,
washers and dryers,
garage door openers,
ceiling fans, and more.
Even pools and spas.
American Residential Warranty replaced my dishwasher with a brand new one, and I only paid a small service fee.
I woke up on a Saturday morning, there was no hot water in the shower. So I called American Residential Warranty. They sent a repairman to fix the problem the same day.
Call now. There's no obligation. But hurry, if you wait until you need a home service repair,
it'll be too late.
Call now to get your home warranty. 1-800-969-0885. That's 1-800-969-0885.
Attention patients who've been implanted with an IVC filter. If you or a loved one received an inferior vena cava filter and are now suffering complications, call the Reliant Group right now. You may be eligible for financial compensation. IVC filters are implanted into the inferior vena cava vein to prevent blood clots from traveling into the lungs, causing pulmonary embolisms. Unfortunately, these filters can fracture, move throughout the body, pierce blood vessels and organs, tilt, or become irretrievable. These failures can result in a number of serious injuries, including internal bleeding, organ damage, infection, and even death. If you were implanted with an IVC filter and were injured, you may be owed compensation from the manufacturer.
Call the Reliant Group right now. You may be entitled to financial compensation for your pain and suffering.
If you or a loved one has been implanted with an IVC filter and the device failed, call the Reliant Group at 800-219-2913. That's 800-219-2913.
Attention! The FDA has associated Depakote and Paxil with serious birth defects. If you took one of these drugs while pregnant and your child was born with a birth defect, the manufacturer may be to blame. If you took Depakote or Paxil and your child was born with anal atresia, cleft palate, clubfoot, cranial defects, heart defects, gastroschisis, omphalocele, PPHN, spina bifida, or other limb defect, call the Reliant Group. You and your child may be entitled to a significant cash award.
Call the Reliant Group right now and you'll be connected to an experienced attorney who will evaluate your case and determine if you may qualify for financial compensation. There is no risk on your part and you don't owe a penny unless we are successful.
If you took Depakote or Paxil while pregnant and your child was born with a birth defect,
call the Reliant Group at 800-219-6552. That's 800-219-6552.
This is Xavier Henry from the LA Lakers. You're listening to IE Sportsnet.
Yes, we are back at the IE Sportsnet. IE Sportsnet right here live on Fox Sports Radio, 1350 AM. It is eternal.
And the one and only Coach B. You know, when it comes to Inland Empire Sports, the conversation starts and stops here. You know, I'm pretty excited about what we have coming up next week.
Man, let me tell you something.
Yes, we've talked about fantasy football for a while.
Yes, sir.
I've never played it, never been involved in it. I have no idea how to play fantasy football. But I'm going to find it out.
Indeed.
I'm going to find it out. So what I'm excited about is we have the commissioner of the IE Sportsnet Fantasy League. This gentleman, he and I, we go way back. I know I look young. I know I look good, but I've known this gentleman maybe 25 years.
Yeah, he told me, he said he's known you since like 16. You know,
16,
14, around there somewhere. And he said from the gate, you've been shopping. He said you were in the shopping business early.
Exactly. Mr. David Anderson, how are you doing this morning?
Couldn't be better.
Absolutely. So we're looking forward to a great season of fantasy football. Are you ready to take second place?
Perhaps, but I know who's not going to be in first place.
Yeah.
Well, exactly. Yeah, not us.
So give me just the basis of fantasy football, because some of our listeners out there, like myself, they're interested in fantasy football. They may want to play fantasy football, but I have no idea what fantasy football is.
And it's a good time. It's about the bantering. It's about the camaraderie and all that. You can be somebody who is a pro in the sports world, or somebody who, like those of us in this room, aren't. And
right.
Using a site like we're using Fox Fantasy.
Yeah.
And they provide stats and do the scoring and everything for us. So it doesn't take a whole lot of technical knowledge to be able to really get in the game and have a good time. I'm just looking forward to schooling both of you.
He's already got the trash talking
exactly.
ready, right?
No, yeah, he is ready to go. You know, it's funny because I have an uncle. He's playing, and he said that he would not be able to make it. However, he sent me a text. I mean, I can't get to my phone right now, but he sent me a text, and he let me know. His wife, who's representing the Minnesota Vikings, and his daughter, who will be chiming in via Skype, will be there. So they'll be all inclusive right there, helping him out. They have instructions on how to go out there and do the draft and everything. So they're all geeked up about this thing, man.
And speaking of the draft, so we have the draft party tomorrow at Dave & Buster's on
Is it tomorrow or is it Monday?
Monday. I'm sorry, Monday.
Okay,
Monday. We used to be on Sundays, but we're on Saturdays.
Look at you. I
know.
So, it's difficult.
Sunday's the Lord's Day. So David, explain that to me, because the Lord's Day, right? So explain to me the draft, because I'm asking you all these questions because I'm gonna use them against you,
right?
And since we're on air, you're gonna have to give me that. So basically, explain what a draft is for all our listeners out there that have no idea what fantasy sports is. And once again, we're on with David Anderson, commissioner of the IE Sportsnet Fantasy League on Fox Sports Radio 1350.
All right, so I got two hats. I got the commissioner hat, and I got a team owner hat.
Right.
So I'm going to be respectful for just a minute and put on the commish hat.
There we go.
Okay.
All right. Mr. Roger, Mr. PKA, Roger Goodell.
Exactly. So it's actually it's a lot of fun. It's where we're getting together, Dave & Buster's. We'll be building our teams, similar to like an NFL draft where we have a cycle where I pick my players and you pick your players and that sort of thing. We can't have the same rosters.
Right.
And you get your running back, your QBs, your tight ends, everybody to build your roster.
Right.
And you spend the rest of the season setting your lineup.
Right. Monitoring them.
Making trades with other players, picking up off the wire.
Interesting.
Everything kind of starts with the draft.
So, and that's the thing. So we're picking people. We're doing the draft. So let me see if I got this right. So this is how we'll go. So David Anderson, you're on the clock. So is that what we're going to do? Are we going to do something like that?
Pretty much.
I like
it's completely at my whim, just so you know.
I like that. And see, this guy's ready. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's commissioner's ready to go. He
wrote a constitution.
Yeah.
I mean, when you sent me that constitution, I said, man, this is just a.
I didn't know what was. I said, man, I said, now I know what the kind of commitment I've signed up for.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But
Absolutely.
I'm jacked up, man. It's going to be nice. It's going to be something, man.
Let me tell you, nobody reads that constitution.
I sure didn't.
That's funny.
Hey, Greg Holler, the Board Ops, he's here on 99.1 on Sunday nights, man. Come out, man. If you want to get, here's the thing, Greg. We're looking for someone to take second place because my team will be first place. And just this is a disclaimer so people will know IE Sportsnet's going to play in the league, but we can't win the league.
So even if we win it, we're gonna what's gonna happen? Tell us how that's gonna work, Commish, because Commish got that all worked out. So
you're a fully vested team like everybody else, except for if you win. But by the way, nobody's worried about that. If you win, you don't get to take any prizes home.
Exactly. So the next person up will take the prize.
Exactly.
Just to let everybody know that, because I am skilled in Dallas Cowboy philosophy.
Oh, Jesus.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, everybody knows how that goes.
Once again, you listen to IE Sportsnet on Fox Sports Radio, 1350 AM. David Anderson, the commissioner of the IE Sportsnet Fantasy League, is on with us.
Yep.
Now, let me ask you this, David.
Well, remember, we gotta get ready to pay some bills.
Oh, is it time to get up out of here?
That's what I'm saying. See,
I was ready to go.
You ready to get in there.
I was ready to go ask some more questions. So
to tell everybody real quick, so what's going to happen is Monday
at Dave & Buster's in Ontario Mills, 6:30 p.m. Anybody wants to get involved with the Fantasy League, I think we may have 1 or 2 spots left.
Yeah,
Greg may have taken the last
stuff.
one.
Indeed, we do.
So, Commish, tell us how they can get in contact with us real quick, please. How they can sign up?
They can sign up on the
Facebook page.
IE Sportsnet Facebook page.
Gotcha.
Yes.
So we got to make sure. I think we have a link up, but if not, go to IE Sportsnet tonight, and then we'll have that link up there tonight too as well.
So we definitely appreciate everyone listening to IE Sportsnet with Coach B
and Eternal. When it comes to
go ahead.
When it comes to Inland Empire Sports, the conversation starts and stops here
on Fox Sports Radio, 1350 AM. See, we made it in time, Greg.
Exactly, man.
We're out of here.
Hey, thanks everybody.
You're listening to IESportsnet.com, the Inland Empire Sports Authority.